Now, I'll put a board up here since there was no rafter there, and then I'll put some screws in it so that we'd have something there solid to fasten to. Right here, and then we put a board right here, kind of even with this, and I'll show you why, so that we can have the leg be able to fasten right here. You might have to do the same on top of rafters from rafter, put like a 30-inch board up there and fasten it with screws. But the area where you're going to have your freon line, you're going to have to do something else to support it. In this case, we might be able to reach right here. If not, we're going to have to fasten something to the rafter, and then we can put the attachment pieces that they have and connect that to that, and then we might be able to fasten to this board that's on top of this board here. So that's where we're at next. Now we're going to take you through taking apart the box for the head that's going to go up here. Not the cover for the head, but the head itself. To give you a pattern, this is basically the shape of the cartridge, which is this right here, or not the cartridge, but the head itself, the main body. And this shows you where the hooks are and everything, so if you want to have rods or something to fasten it to, you can have this to give you a reference. But
this has a big gap though.
It's got like a 1-inch gap all the way around. And you're not going to have that when it comes to rafters, unless you just cut one of the rafters out. And then you'd have to add some wood to get that 1-inch of room around it. So you get to see us go through this journey for the second time. And this is what we're looking at. The power will come in through here, and so will the control wires. There's some more control wires that go in right here. We had to figure that out, but you take these screws right here, and
that one,
and this one, maybe that one.
No, that one stays. These are just grounds.
Yeah, those two. So anyway, then it pulls off, and you can see everything inside there. But we don't need to do that right now. But we're going to pull this out. There's instructions in here. There's lots of stuff that will go to the cover or the cassette itself, cassette cover. So that's remote control, a number of other things. Now, get an installation manual. Pretty specific, kind of tends to be for like an acoustical ceiling, commercial situation. That's why I'm showing you what I've learned along the way. Now, this is upside down. It's going to go up like so. It has these support areas, which we've been using that to help support it. They're in this blue package. It has a washer and a nut for both bottom and top. And you want to open them up a little bit more. Yeah, and this is kind of padded. This is your drain. And here's your freon lines. Now, the freon lines are going to be pointing
go down like that.
Like that.
Yeah.
So it will lay down, these freon lines will go through that slot right there that we made. We had to learn. So now, these supports.
And your electrical will come in right here.
See that hole with the electrical?
It goes right there.
What size wrench was this?
5/8. You have a socket there if you want to use a socket.
So this goes, needs to go like that.
Yep.
Probably should have 2 wrenches.
Got that socket?
Yeah, I know.
And then that. Probably should move it to one of the corners so it doesn't try and
Come through.
come out.
Yeah. I think I'm down in that slot.
Yeah, that's why I have to move it to the corner. Let me see that. Loosen it up. Here, I'll go. There you go.
This one will be facing the same way. Face it to where it would hang.
Think about this. When you tighten it up, it twists.
You got to keep an eye on it so that it's facing where you want it to. In these cases, we have a rafter right here to fasten to. Happens to be that we can do that. Now, we're going to do the other side, which is that's going to face. One's going to face that way to fasten to that board up there, and one's going to face this way to fasten to that board we put up. So that's what we're working on next.
Or move it over.
So this one faces out.
Faces this way.
Faces this way.
That way.
Is it that way?
Yep. When you're rolling it over, you want to be careful because you don't want to crush these.
I'll leave enough room on the bottom up to adjust it up and down if I have to. That's what the threads are for. in the kit, it has these anchors for concrete and hooks that would help you hook into that, into the concrete. Probably would be from the other side, but we're not going into concrete. Tells you what it's for, more commercial, like inside of a concrete building with concrete floors up the next floor up. So that's what that's for, and you're not going to end up using that.
Those actually will pull down, or
in reality, you could use, if it was inside of a wall, beside a wall, you could probably use them inside of a wall too. And suspend it that way on one side. But we're not having any of that situation in a house. This is really unusual house. So we've set it all up so we have the ability to put this up in there. Now, this is supposed to be 7/8 of an inch above the finished ceiling. So we cut a piece of wood that is 7/8 of an inch. So all I gotta do is do that, and then he can fasten it while he's up in the hot attic, fastening through these holes.
we have to use roofing screws.
We're using 1/4-inch roofing screws with, it has a washer on it, and using a 1/4-inch driver and an impact battery powered gun up in the attic. So I can't take a long time doing it because he'll cook up there, which is part of the air conditioning guy trade. Now, so we're gonna get ready for that. And I guess I'll get somebody else to come in here and help video us putting it up in there. And we'll get ready and he'll climb up in the attic and away we go.